For health cover tailored to your needs and pocket, Momentum Health.
To keep healthy, we need to supply our bodies with exactly what it needs to function so that it can keep building bones, making blood, and burning energy for every day. We're at the Wits School of Physiology to find out exactly what our bodies are made up of and the components that we need every day to keep it functioning.
Physiology is the study of living organisms, so we're meeting lecturer Dr. Michael Madziva to find out what makes our bodies work.
For most people, as long as you have a balanced diet, you should be fine. There's absolutely no need for supplementation. I know that it is pretty popular in this day and age for people to take supplements, but in my opinion, I don't think supplements are necessary as long as you are healthy and ingesting the right kind of food. For some people, it's a lack of knowledge about the components in the diet that are required to maintain good health, and for others, it is simply a matter of the cost, and that prevents people from eating the right sort of diet.
Our bodies are made up of a number of elements. For example, you have enough iron in your body to make up a 3-inch nail. And so today we've literally unpacked some of the key elements that make up the human body. Doc, what do we have here?
We have a representation of an average human being. So what we've chosen is a 70-kilogram man, and we're looking at the main components that make up us as human beings.
Well, first thing that I can see is that we need a lot of water in our system.
Yes, definitely. We're made up of between 60 to 70% water, and water contains hydrogen and oxygen. Those are the two main elements in water.
So we have our water and our hydrogen and our oxygen. What else do we have here? I see raw chicken. What is that?
We're using raw chicken to depict nitrogen, which is mostly protein.
Why do we have
in
skin on the chicken though?
We need fat to be present in our meals so that we can absorb the fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin A, D, E, and K.
I also have a label here for calcium. I'm assuming that's for healthy bones.
Yes, definitely. Calcium is important for healthy bones, and teeth also contain a lot of calcium as depicted by the calcium carbonate that we have here in the chalk.
Okay, so where does the carbon fit in?
Carbon is an atom that can make 4 bonds. So carbon can make these type of bonds where you string together molecules such that they can form the structures of us.
Oh. Okay, so we've represented or depicted the carbon through the coal that we have here.
Yes.
Okay, phosphorus.
Phosphorus is important for the structure of energy molecules.
So that's important for energy as well.
For energy generation, yes.
So phosphorus is represented by the sand that we have here. So these are the 6 elements that make up 99% of the human body. Okay, so the 1% though is made up of trace elements. Tell us about trace elements.
Trace elements are so called because you need them in small quantities. They're still important for maintaining all the biochemical reactions that take place in the body.
Let's talk about those reactions. I've got here potassium and I know sodium. They work with water particularly well in the electrolyte balance.
Yes, sodium and potassium are the 2 most important metallic ions found in the body. They're required to maintain the water balance, as you said, as well as for conduction of nerve impulses throughout our body.
What about magnesium?
Magnesium is important for stabilizing the structure of ATP, and ATP is the energy currency that is used by the cells to maintain biological reactions. So without magnesium, we cannot form stable ATP and cannot carry out energetic reactions.
Okay, so if we need to run, we need some magnesium as well. Selenium, is that good for brain function?
Some people say so. Selenium is an important antioxidant. So what it does is it prevents red blood cell membranes, especially from rupturing. So if red blood cells are intact, they can transport oxygen to the organs that require it and enable us to carry out metabolic reactions that enable us to live.
Yeah, I have zinc. I know that's important for your hair, your skin, and your nails as well.
Yes, zinc is important for wound healing. Without adequate amounts of zinc, wounds don't heal properly, and we're more susceptible to infections because we don't have an intact skin.
So you can get zinc from dark green leafy vegetables?
Yes, that's a very good source of zinc.
Okay.
In a perfect world, a balanced diet would supply everything our bodies need to function. But the stark reality is that most of us don't get everything we need to maintain good health from what we eat. Taking a vitamin and mineral supplement can be a sensible backup when your diet might be deficient.
So Doc, how do I know if I'm lacking any particular vitamin or mineral?
For most of these vitamins, they're used for energy production. So one of the general signs or symptoms that people experience is general fatigue and malaise. So if you're ingesting a balanced diet and you still feel tired, one of the things I'd suggest you do is speak to your physician. There might be some underlying problem that you don't know about.
Being active has never been more rewarding.